I feel quite empowered. I think it's amazing to see that we are getting more women leaders starting to make their way through the company. In particular, for me, I've noticed it in the digital team. So from delivery leads to product owners to business unit managers as well.
I myself grew up in a household with a single mother, so I've always appreciated the power in a female role model. I wanted to be in a position where I could exemplify just that. And after starting at Pickles, I knew that this would be the place of growth for me.
So being a woman in a leadership role in a male-dominated industry for me is a proud as punch moment. It's taken me years to prove myself in this industry and for that hard work and dedication to finally pay off. Being a woman in a male-dominated industry, you do have to speak your mind and stand by it. Don't be afraid to be different and have different views and opinions on things. Can always be willing to contribute your knowledge, and I think that self-promotion is a must because, I do think that women do get overlooked, sometimes in male-dominated industries. So realising your value and your worth and making your presence known is super important.
In terms of being a woman working at Pickles in general or in any role working at Pickles, I think it's really important to understand the ins and outs of how the business and the specific teams operate and connect to each other as well.
It means bringing awareness of the way that we are moving forward year after year with gender equality, and who doesn't like a Girl Power Day?
Well, International Women's Day to me is about changing the narrative, empowering other women to push boundaries and don't hold back, to embrace the qualities we have and support incredible achievements of women. I also think it's a fantastic opportunity to focus our attention on the inequalities we still do have, unfortunately, in this day and age, and to continue to raise awareness until we no longer have to.
To me, it's an opportunity to reflect on how far women have come in the workforce overall, and also an opportunity to get together in our groups and celebrate women in general. I think there's an invisible emotional burden that comes with being female that's not always noticed. Women are traditionally the ones who make things run smoothly for everyone around them at work and at home. And I think it's nice to celebrate and recognise that.
So International Women's Day for me, it's such a good day. It's a day to celebrate gender, equality, and it's a great platform to promote empowerment for all women and girls. It serves as a reminder that women are strong, intelligent, resilient, confident, loyal, and of course feisty.
I think it has to start from a young age by parents giving their kids the opportunities to do what they're passionate about. So just because you have a daughter doesn't necessarily mean that you have to put them in dancing or netball. Find out what they want. They might want to do cricket or karate, and if they do, let them. It's about teaching them about being part of a team and being treated as equals, which will help them as they move into their adult life. So my daughter's now 18. She started playing cricket when she was 4. She was in a mixed team for a very long time. And most years she was the only girl. But that taught her some really valuable life lessons, not only about being confident around boys, but it also taught the boys how to treat a girl as equal and also their teammate. And I think if given the opportunity, there's actually no boundaries of what they can achieve in life.
My role in embracing equity comes from thinking about things like equity in recruitment, constantly evaluating my equity practices, and holding myself accountable to address any imbalance of opportunities and unconscious bias that I observe. I think in order to transform as an equitable country, we need to be more inclusive, more affirming, and embrace the fact that we are all one people and all deserve the same level of respect and rights as each other.
So I embrace equity by showing everyone, regardless of the gender, the same courtesy, consideration and respect. I agree with driving change for the better, and I think that everyone should challenge gender stereotypes, discrimination and bias. I think for things to improve in the space, we need to firstly acknowledge that it exists and then, work towards identifying current inequities and then help create a culture of fairness, inclusion and equality.
I think for me, it's just about being treated as equal. That's how Pickles has supported me as a woman in leadership. I work alongside some really talented leaders, both men and women, and I feel my opinions are always just as valid as anyone else's in meetings. And I personally do feel like an equal. I've been given the same opportunities in regards to support, training opportunities, and things like that. And I think that's how Pickles has supported me.
How does Pickles support you as a woman in leadership? Well, Pickles has always been a fantastic place to work, as they have many development opportunities. You don't need to be a male to succeed in this company. Our leaders look for high-performing and highly committed members of the Pickles team, regardless of your gender. They have always had a heavy focus on a positive cultural impact and encourage a work-life balance. I think that's an extremely important aspect as to why I enjoyed working for Pickles so much.
I don't think Pickles supports me any differently than they do a male in a leadership role. Speaking from my own experience, I personally feel that the element that Pickles provides to me as a woman in the workplace is that you don't see in many other organisations is the ability to be yourself at work. I've worked in other organisations prior to Pickles where you basically had to put a mask on to go to work, and we're not like that here. We're people first, and we genuinely know the people that we work with quite well. We take the time to get to know each other. We're focused more on relationships and building those interdepartmentally as well.
So Pickles supports me as a woman in a leadership role. I think no different than what I would be if I were a male. Maybe even more so. They want to show their efforts in supporting women in leadership roles. They offer carers leave, parental leave, maternity leave, and they embrace that for both genders. I feel that they understand the gender roles and how these influence the way that the role is taken on, and then they do whatever they can to support that. They conduct leadership courses, and those courses always have a large number of females involved, which is really, really good to see.
I think be strong and confident, but don't try to be someone that you're not. So stay true to yourself.
A little bit controversial, 2 things. The first one is read the room. To me, read the room means understand the context. What are you asking for? What's your message? What do you stand for? How is it going to land? How is it going to be read, understood? What's the organisation's priority at that point in time? Don't just see what you're trying to achieve. How does it fit in to the wider picture, and what business understanding you bring to the table? The second thing, again, probably a little bit controversial, be yourself. We're not pretentious here at Pickles, and I think you'll find that we don't respond very well to it either.
So I would say to any woman trying to break into any male-dominated industry, just be yourself. Have a voice. Stand up for what you think is best, and don't be afraid to speak up. Be confident in your ability, your skills, and your knowledge, and stand by your principles, and don't let anyone ever make you doubt your worth. You are strong, confident, powerful, yet graceful. Respect yourself, stand up for what you believe in, and be the woman you know that you are. And always follow your heart.
I think be yourself, be bold, be brave, take chances, and just remember that you are equipped to do anything you strive to achieve. Being a female is just a matter of fact. It's not a handicap, it's not a disadvantage. Set yourself some goals and reach for the stars. You go, girls.